The great alien council chamber was silent. Only the low hum of the star engines outside filled the void. Alien leaders of many races sat around the shining table, their eyes sharp and nervous. They were speaking of a race that had become a growing shadow in their minds, humanity. One elder alien with silver skin raised his hand and spoke, "Do not attack them." His voice cracked like dry stone. Humans are not like the others. They may bleed, they may fall, but they never surrender. The room grew colder. His words carried fear, but not all agreed. Across the chamber, a tall warlord with golden armor laughed. "They are weak creatures," he said. "They come from a small blue world. They fight with passion, but passion cannot stop fleets of fire. Why do you fear them?" The elder leaned closer, his voice low. "Because I have seen it. Long ago, one of our fleets faced humans on a distant world. We thought victory was certain. Yet even as their cities burned, even as their soldiers fell, they fought with broken weapons, with bare hands, with fire in their eyes. We left in shame. It was no victory." The warlord's smile vanished, but pride was strong in him. He slammed his hand against the table. "Old stories cannot stop progress. We are stronger now. Our fleets number in the thousands. If we strike first, Earth will be ashes before they even fight back." His words found support among younger commanders. They were eager, hungry for conquest. In the shadows of the chamber, whispers spread. Some feared humanity, some mocked them, but none denied that humans were different. Their history was filled with endless wars, battles fought not for riches or power, but for survival. They had faced death again and again, and always returned stronger. Far away, on a small human colony at the edge of space, life was simple. Families worked the fields beneath twin suns, children ran through. Ugh, the dust. Soldiers guarded the walls of the settlement. They did not know that alien eyes were watching. They did not know that war was coming. A young soldier named Elias stood watch on the tower. His eyes scanned the stars. He felt uneasy, as if the night itself was holding its breath. He whispered to his friend beside him, "Do you ever feel like something is waiting out there? Something bigger than us?" His friend laughed. "You read too many old war stories. Nothing ever happens here." But far above them, hidden in the dark of space, alien ships waited, their lights dimmed, their weapons charged. The arrogant warlord had ignored the warning. He had chosen to strike, believing humans would fall like all the others. Back in the council, the elder's words still echoed. "They will bleed, but they will never break." Yet no one listened. The choice had been made. The invasion had begun. On Earth, deep within military command, alarms sounded. Generals gathered around glowing screens. Reports came in from the colony, strange movements near the outer stars. They knew. The threat they had feared for years was finally real. General Morgan, an old veteran with scars on his face, stood before the Council of Earth leaders. "We must prepare. The enemy thinks we will bow. They think we will surrender. They are wrong." His voice was iron, his eyes burned with fire. "We will fight no matter the cost." The humans began their preparations. Ships were readied, soldiers trained harder, civilians offered their hands to help. Every man, every woman, every child would stand if needed. The spirit of Earth was rising, and in the silent darkness of the galaxy, the alien fleet moved closer. Their commander smiled with pride, unaware that he was walking into a storm, unaware that he was about to learn the truth of the old warning. The stage was set. Humanity stood on the edge of a war that would test their very soul. The galaxy would soon learn. Humans may bleed, but they would never break. The alien fleet emerged from the darkness of space like a storm of fire. Thousands of ships moved in silence, their weapons glowing with deadly light. At the front of the armada stood the warlord's flagship, its golden hull shining with arrogance. He looked at the blue-green planet on his screen and whispered, "Tonight, humanity learns fear." On the colony below, Elias heard the first alarm. The ground trembled as warning sirens wailed across the settlement. Families ran to shelters. Soldiers rushed to the walls. The once quiet land now burned with panic. From the tower, Elias saw the first streaks of fire cutting through the sky. Alien dropships descended like falling stars, shaking the earth with their impact. Dust rose, flames spread, and the war had begun. His heart pounded, but his voice was steady as he shouted, They are here. To arms, to arms. The aliens expected chaos. They expected humans to run, but instead they found fire in the eyes of farmers, miners, and children who had never trained for war. Weapons were scarce, yet every hand held something, an old rifle, a blade, even tools turned into weapons. The settlement refused to bow. The first wave hit hard. Alien warriors in black armor marched through the streets, their energy blades cutting through steel. Elias fought beside his squad, his uniform burning, his rifle shaking in his hands. He saw friends fall, but still he stood, still he fought. His voice roared through the smoke. Hold the line, we do not fall today. The warlord watched the battle from above, laughter echoing in the chamber of his ship. Look at them bleed, he sneered. They fall so easily, it is almost disappointing. His officers bowed in agreement, blind to the truth unfolding below. For every human who fell, another rose. A mother shielded her child and struck down a soldier with a broken blade. A young boy dragged water to Taos. He fighters, refusing to hide. An old man carried explosives on his back, charging into the alien machines with fire in his eyes. Humanity was not retreating. Humanity was becoming a storm. In the command center on Earth, General Morgan watched the desperate battle unfold on the screens. His jaw tightened. They think this is victory. They think we are weak. His voice turned sharp. Send word to all fleets, all ships, all soldiers. Humanity rises now. The order spread like fire across Earth's networks. The elder alien who once gave the warning sat in silence far away. His eyes closed as he whispered to himself, Fools, you have awakened them. You will see now. You will see what it means to fight humans. Back on the colony, night had fallen, but the flames turned darkness into day. Elias stood bloodied and bruised, his squad scattered, the streets broken. He could barely breathe, but his voice remained strong. We will not surrender, he told his men. Even if we bleed, even if we fall, we fight until the last breath. His words carried through the chaos, igniting courage in every heart. The aliens pressed harder, wave after wave, but still the humans resisted. Their losses grew, yet their spirit grew sharper. They fought like cornered wolves, striking with fury, refusing to yield. In the distance, the sound of engines echoed through the sky. The humans looked up. Hope burned in their eyes. Reinforcements were coming. Small human warships broke through the clouds, their guns blazing. The alien fleet turned to face them, confident of crushing the tiny vessels. But humanity was never about numbers, never about size. They fought with strategy, with unity, with a will that burned brighter than any weapon. As the first human ships cut into the alien lines, the warlord's smile faltered. For the first time, doubt touched his heart. The battle was no longer one-sided. It had become something else. The aliens thought they had attacked a weak colony, but in truth, they had struck at the heart of something unbreakable. And as the warlord stared at the screens, he whispered to himself, almost against his own pride, they should have listened to the warning. The smoke of burning fields rose into the night sky. The colony looked broken, but inside its heart, a fire refused to die. Men and women stood in the rubble with weapons that looked too small against alien machines, yet their eyes burned brighter than the flames. Above, the alien fleet tightened its grip. The warlord paced inside his flagship, anger in his eyes. Why do they resist? Why do they not surrender? He shouted. His officers bowed low, afraid to speak. They could not answer the question. On the ground, Elias dragged himself through the dust, his armor broken, his hands bleeding. Around him, bodies of fallen comrades lay silent, but he did not stop. He lifted his rifle, his voice hoarse but strong. Stand with me, stand for Earth. His cry echoed across the battlefield. More survivors rose, some limping, some covered in wounds, but they rose. Together they charged again, striking the alien invaders with reckless courage. Each human who fell gave strength to the next. Far away on Earth, the great military command center roared with activity. General Morgan stood before the Council of Leaders, his voice sharp as steel. We cannot let this be another world lost. Send the fleets, all of them. Humanity fights today. The room shook with agreement. From hidden hangars deep within Earth's crust, massive warships rose. Dark silhouettes covered the skies as humanity's fleets prepared for battle. These ships were not the strongest in the galaxy, nor the largest, but inside each vessel burned the unbroken will of its people. Across the galaxy, messages spread like fire, colonies sent word, armies prepared, civilians volunteered. The alien invasion had not broken humanity, it had awakened them. Back on the colony, the aliens advanced through the streets, but the humans fought like shadows, striking from every corner. Elias and his squad planted explosives beneath the alien machines, blasting them into fire. The warlord watched from above, his smile gone. His voice trembled with anger. How can they bleed so much and still fight? The elder alien in the council chamber closed his eyes. Now you see it, he whispered. This is their secret. You may destroy their cities, you may cut their flesh, but you cannot break their spirit. His words were drowned by silence, for none could deny it now. The sky thundered as the first human fleet arrived. Small ships slipped through the alien lines, moving like hunters. They were outnumbered 10-1, yet they struck with precision. Explosions lit the darkness as alien cruisers fell. The humans fought not for conquest but for survival, and that made them unstoppable. On the colony surface, hope returned. The sight of human ships filled the defenders with new strength. Elias raised his fist and shouted, "Look to the skies! Humanity stands with us!" The people roared, their voices shaking the broken walls. But the battle was far from won. The alien fleet responded with fury, unleashing waves of fire upon the human vessels. Ships fell, burning across the stars. The warlord grinned again. See, they fall. They bleed like all the rest. Yet even in the fire, humanity did not retreat. Damaged ships rammed into alien cruisers, turning their destruction into victory. Pilots fought until their last breath. Soldiers defended ground they would never leave. The galaxy watched in silence as humans rewrote the meaning of war. In the chaos, Elias and his men held the last line of the colony, their backs against the walls, their weapons nearly empty. He looked to the stars where human ships still burned. His voice carried one last promise. If we must fall, woo soars, he fall standing. And in that moment, across every human ship and every battlefield, the same words rose, whispered, shouted, screamed into the night. Humanity may bleed, but it would never break. The stars burned with fire as human and alien fleets clashed. The night sky was a battlefield, full of wreckage and broken ships drifting in silence. Humanity was bleeding, but still humanity stood. On the colony surface, Elias crouched in the ruins, smoke burning his lungs. He looked up at the heavens where human ships fought against impossible odds. His heart whispered, "This cannot be the end." In the warlord's golden flagship, laughter shook the chamber. Look at them. They fight like beasts, wild and desperate, but soon they will all fall. His officers nodded, yet their eyes betrayed fear. For every human ship that burned, another rose to strike. Back on Earth, deep inside a hidden mountain command, General Morgan stood before a sealed chamber. Behind the doors lay a weapon never revealed to the galaxy, a weapon built in secret through years of sacrifice. The general's voice thundered as he gave the order, "Release Project Aegis." Across hidden bases, giant warships rose from their underground hangars. These were not ordinary ships. They were forged in silence, built from the bones of fallen asteroids. Their hulls were black as midnight, their cannons glowing with a deadly light never seen before. When the new fleet entered the battlefield, the stars themselves seemed to shiver. Alien commanders froze in shock. Their sensors screamed warnings they could not understand. The warlord's smile faltered for the first time. The first of the black warships fired. A beam of white energy tore through space like a spear of the gods. An alien battleship vanished in an instant, nothing left but dust. Silence fell across the alien fleet, then panic. On the colony below, Elias and his men looked to the sky. Hope lit their faces as they saw the arrival of Earth's secret fleet. "They came," Elias whispered, his voice breaking. "They really came." His men cheered, raising broken weapons to the heavens. The alien warlord roared with fury. No weapon can save them, crush them all. But deep in his heart, doubt was born. Human warships moved with perfect unity, their new weapons cutting through the alien armada. For every strike against them, they answered with fire 10 times stronger. The battle shifted, the tide turned. In the alien council chamber far away, the elder spoke again, his voice heavy with sorrow. I warned you, I told you they would never surrender, and now you see the truth. Humanity does not fear bleeding. Humanity only grows stronger in the fire. Elias fought through the streets, rallying survivors. He shouted to his people, this is not just a battle for us. This is for Earth, for every colony, for humanity itself. His words became a spark, igniting courage in every heart. The warlord tried to regroup his forces, but chaos spread through his ranks. Fear ran faster than orders. His soldiers whispered of demons in the dark, of humans who refused to die. His officers hesitated, their pride broken. Then came the moment that would change everything. A squadron of human warships broke through the alien defenses, heading straight for the flagship. The warlord's eyes widened. He felt the shadow of defeat creeping close. From his command seat, General Morgan sent one final message to every ship. Fight with all you have. Today we show the galaxy that humanity does not break. His words spread across the fleet like fire through dry grass. The alien fleet wavered, their confidence shattered, their fear growing. Humanity had bled, but humanity had risen, and the galaxy was about to witness a storm unlike anything seen before. The galaxy shook under the thunder of war. The secret fleet of Earth had turned the impossible into reality. Alien warships that once seemed invincible now burned like falling stars. For the first time, and the warlord's golden flagship trembled. In the council chambers across alien worlds, fear spread like wildfire. Messages poured in, reports of human fleets.
Striking deep into alien space, no world was safe, no fortress untouchable. Humanity was no longer defending, humanity was attacking. General Morgan stood in the command hall of Earth's central fleet. His scarred face glowed under the light of battle maps. We bleed, yes, he said, his voice cold as steel, but every drop of blood makes us stronger. Now we strike back. The room roared with approval. The black warships of Project Aegis became legends overnight. Each one carried weapons that tore through shields and armor as if they were paper. Alien fleets tried to regroup, but every battle ended with the same result. Humanity refused to stop. On the colony where the war began, Elias and his men stood among ruins now reclaimed. He looked to the sky and saw the great fleets moving forward. His voice shook with pride. We held, we endured, now they fight for us all. Around him, survivors raised their fists, shouting through tears. For Earth, for humanity. The alien warlord slammed his hand on the table, his golden armor no longer shining with pride but darkened with rage. Crush them, destroy their fleets, burn their worlds. But even as he screamed, his officers hesitated. Doubt clouded their eyes. They had seen the truth. Humans did not break. Across alien worlds, whispers began. Entire species who had once feared the humans now looked upon them with awe. Some began to question their alliance with the warlord. If they cannot be broken, one alien governor whispered, perhaps they should be followed. The seeds of rebellion began to grow. The battles became stories. A pilot who rammed his crippled fighter into an enemy cruiser. A medic who saved hundreds under fire. A farmer who took up arms and became a hero. Humanity's courage spread faster than any weapon, turning despair into fire. In the depths of space, the warlord gathered his largest fleet, millions of ships, a wall of steel stretching across the stars. He would make one final stand. If they wished to fight, then let them face the full power of the Empire. He growled, his pride demanded victory. Even as fear whispered otherwise, the humans did not hesitate. Fleet after fleet moved forward. Smaller ships filled with civilians turned soldiers joined the Great Armada. Humanity was united as never before. Earth, colonies, and outposts. Every voice cried the same vow. We do not surrender. Elias, now scarred but unbroken, stood inside a transport bound for the stars. He clutched his weapon and whispered to himself, they think they know us. They think they can scare us. They will learn the truth. We bleed, but we never bow. His words echoed in the hearts of every soldier beside him. The galaxy held its breath. Two great forces gathered on the edge of a dying sun. The largest battle in history was about to begin. And in that silence before the storm, both sides knew one thing: this war would decide the future of the stars. The galaxy's edge glowed red as the alien empire gathered its greatest fleet. Millions of ships lined the void, a wall of steel and fire. In the center, the warlord's golden flagship towered above them all, its cannons brighter than suns. In hidden chambers of his ship, a weapon was prepared, a weapon forbidden even among his own kind. The dark core pulsed with unstable energy, capable of tearing entire worlds apart. The warlord placed his hand on the controls and whispered, "Let them bleed, let them burn, humanity ends today." Across the stars, humanity's fleets prepared, soldiers kissed their families goodbye through flickering screens, pilots sat in silence inside their cockpits, their hands trembling not with fear but with determination. General Morgan stood at the center of Earth's armada, his voice steady. "This is the storm we were born for. If we fall together. If we stand forever." The battle began with thunder, alien cannons split the sky, human warships burned.
Entire fleets shaken apart. The dark weapon unleashed its first strike. A blast of light swallowed a human colony world, leaving nothing but silence. The galaxy screamed in horror. On the colony transport, Elias felt the shockwave even from afar. His fists shook with rage. His voice cracked. "They think this will break us. They think death will make us kneel. But they will see. They will see we are more than flesh. We are fire." Around him, soldiers slammed their weapons against their armor, shouting through tears. But the truth was harsh. Humanity bled like never before. Ship after ship fell. Cities went dark. Families were lost. The warlord laughed from his throne. "See them, they cry, they suffer, this is their end." His pride echoed through his fleet. Yet in the ashes, humanity did not bow. A crippled warship, flames pouring from its hull, turned its last engines toward the alien line. It crashed into a dreadnought, ripping it apart in a storm of fire. A single act of sacrifice became a beacon of hope. Messages spread through the fleet. Stories of pilots fighting with shattered wings, soldiers holding lines with broken weapons, civilians refusing to flee. Each act lit a new fire. Humanity's spirit grew louder than its pain. In the War Council, General Morgan's voice cut through despair. "They think their weapon can break us, but our strength is not in our ships, not in our guns. Our strength is in our spirit, and spirit cannot be destroyed." His words became the heartbeat of the fleet. On the surface of a ruined moon, Elias and his squad faced alien soldiers far greater in number. His rifle was nearly empty, his armor cracked. Still he stood, shouting through smoke and fire, "You will not take this ground. You will not take our spirit. We may bleed, but we never break." The words carried through open comms, spreading across every human channel. Even as the dark weapon prepared for another strike, humanity's voice roared back. Soldiers, pilots, and civilians repeated the vow, turning fear into fire. "We may bleed, but we never break." For the first time, the warlord felt something he had never known before: doubt. His hand trembled over the weapon controls. His eyes burned with anger, yet in his heart he wondered, what if they cannot be broken? The galaxy trembled. The final blow had not yet fallen. But one truth had already been carved into the stars. Humanity's spirit stood unbroken, and that spirit was about to change the fate of everything. The galaxy held its breath. The alien warlord stood inside his golden flagship, the forbidden weapon glowing at his command. With one more strike, he believed he could erase humanity from the stars. His voice thundered, "End them now!" Across the battlefield, humanity's fleets bled. Warships floated broken, soldiers fought with shattered armor, and still they stood. General Morgan's voice rang out across every channel, calm as stone. "This is the last battle. This is where history is written. Fight with all you have, for Earth, for every world, for humanity." The alien weapon began to charge. Light brighter than suns pulsed from its core. The warlord laughed. "They will fear us forever." But deep within, he felt the shadow of doubt. On the surface of the ruined moon, Elias and his squad faced a storm of alien soldiers. His rifle had only a few rounds left, his armor cracked and bleeding, yet his voice was strong. "We will not kneel, not today, not ever." His words traveled across open comms, heard by soldiers, pilots, and commanders alike. The vow spread again like wildfire. "We may bleed, but we never break." Humanity's spirit became a single voice, a roar that shook even the silence of space. And then it came, the moment the galaxy would never forget. From the heart of the human fleet, The largest of the secret Aegis warships emerged, its hull black as the void, its cannons glowing with pure white fire. It carried the last hope of Earth. General Morgan gave the order, "Aim for the weapon, all power to the core, this ends tonight." The alien warlord shouted in fury, "Fire, destroy them!" The weapon unleashed its blast, a wave of destruction that ripped through the void. But humanity did not run. The Aegis ship dove straight into the storm, shields breaking, armor tearing, yet its cannons fired, a single beam of light striking the alien weapon's heart. For one moment, silence ruled the stars. Then came the explosion. A sun was born in the darkness, tearing the alien flagship apart. The forbidden weapon shattered, the golden warlord consumed by his own pride. His last scream echoed and vanished. Across the battlefield, alien ships froze. Their leader was gone, their weapon destroyed. And still humanity stood, wounded but unbroken. The alien fleets began to retreat, fear spreading faster than orders. Entire armies fled from the humans they once mocked. On the ground, Elias watched the fireball fade in the sky. His knees shook, his rifle slipped from his hands. He whispered, "We did it." Tears mixed with blood on his face. Around him, soldiers wept, not with fear but with triumph. General Morgan's voice carried through the fleets, soft but unshakable. "Remember this day. We bled, but we never broke, and the galaxy will never forget it." Across alien worlds, whispers turned to shouts. The legend of humanity spread, the race that could not be broken, the race that fought until the end and rose stronger in the fire. And so the war ended, not with humanity's surrender, but with humanity's roar. A roar that reached every corner of the stars, a reminder carved forever into history. Humans may bleed, but they will never break.